1121. That's exactly what it is. JNUG weekly candlestick chart. And you can see the breakdown up here at the highs. And that was exactly 2 3/4 months down, straight down. And it finally is hitting support. Now, it's the leading ETF in the gold patch. And then you have Nugget, NUGT. Now, this one here had a $3.86 intraday price range. So it opened at 65.57 and that high was 67.86. And then the actual lows, well, 65.53. So right now we had a breakout up $1.57, but sometimes these gains can be big. Now, the gold trade has never been the same since you got the Bitcoins and all kinds of other things that go on. And gold has lost its steam as it has. But what we look at is where the weekly bounce is going to be. So we always go to the weekly chart so we know what that looks like, my friends. And then we go over to the 4 hour chart and we can see from a 4 hour level where the last breakdown was at 73.47 right there. So when we look carefully at the daily, as we are, we can see here where you had consolidations, and yes, there was a breakout, but then we could see the clear reversal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days down. And yes, that's a 5 day pattern to support level. Now, that's all that is. You do get bounces. You can see on the daily, you get a nice bounce. But when you're trading options, okay, and you can make a lot of money trading options, but you need to understand that gold has to be bought and then sold after it wants to go up 2 days, or in some cases, a breakout bar goes up, failure, you get short. But if you owned it, you'd sell it, get short, and you go down, as you should, my friends. And it's clear how the consolidation did break out with a gap, makes the high reversal, and today we have that move off of the lows. Okay, so let's take a look at one that's a gold miner. This guy, he's still coming down, but this guy likes to rally FNV. It's in the same gold patch. Does like to catch a bid, okay, to the people that know how to. But listen, it has nice reversals as we know it. We trade it all the time. But look at the breakout here. So identifying breakouts, then that reversal pattern is that this way you get equally weighted to both sides of the trade, my friends. And this is what I want to cover because I feel it's important for your mind to work that way. When it comes to these markets, you get breakouts, you go that way. But look at the failure of the breakouts. So, one thing for a new person is go ahead and go on that website, Turbo Option Trading, okay? Because there, once again, you'll get all your information here under the menu item, okay? And it'll open up and you'll be able to get everything you need, okay? But I just want to make it clear that trends are going to always go in a certain directional movement. The weaker they get, the more they drop. When they do go up in prices, though, and they hit resistance, they like to roll over. Why? Because the trend is still weak, even though nothing goes down forever. Okay, an example is how they fail. That's a failure right there. This was a failure right here. I got it up there, and bam, that's a failure. Okay. And so identity of the actual chart, what it says, what it means, what am I going to do with it? You know, how can I minimize my risk? I use the options because that minimizes my risk. And it does. Okay. And this thing is trading at right now. When it got down here, this is where the stock tested where the gap up. We call it a gap, but we tested the gap right there at the high of the bar. And then they pop it up right there on the daily. So no matter what, the risk is going long right now on this one is there's going to be that resistance there and resistance there, and then can they break back above the top? It can rally. So we're always watching this one. Okay, everyone. And then, of course, we look at Nugget. It's another gold ETF. You can see big price failures in Nugget. You can see it likes to rally. Leg one. See right here from this point. But look at the failure there. Look at the failures there. Here's another rally straight up. Kind of looks like that other ETF I just covered, but that was a consolidation. So you went through the consolidation, but you had 3 negative days of the consolidation, which is a 5-day pattern. Yes, you did get the breakout, and you got the reversal that went with making lower lows. And the reason why it made lower lows to start with was because of the amount of lows that we made on the way down in price versus the up days. So if you took all of the up day prices, each one of them, and you totaled all 3 up days, then you'll get your total 3 up days. Then you take and do the very same thing to the downside and total those 3 days up, minus that, and then you're going to come up with what we call a trend cycle. And these are things that we will teach you if you want them. And this is what we're doing right now in this lesson. The FCX, which had been on fire, this one has a nice little rally. It fails, but now it's coming back up and it's making the higher highs. Okay, so the failure was the whole distance is here, and we call that in price. Then this is the upside channel to the reversal, and this was a 5-day top reversal right here, and then a resistance to go with it, and then the failures as we know it, and then the amount of down days. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4 really big down days. It hit that support level and took off, but then it's failed. And this is a FCX copper miner, okay? But it's in that same sector. And the GDX, once again, the GDX, they're all relatively the same distance. Look at that distance. So yeah, up days, but all the up days, and some of them, you know, consolidation, then you made lower lows. Bam. And so we are looking in here just to see what this time of year may do for it. Gold itself had made an all-time low. The GLD, which used to be back in the days, that was always the favorite, was to trade this GLD. It's, you know, was the most favorable ETF in the gold patch here. But you can see the common thing about these trends is they do get bounces, but they fail. So when these trends fail, my friends, you make that money going to the downside. And I hope you paid attention to this very lesson right now, taking a look at that gold patch and sizing up the opportunity, knowing though that you have to be a buyer only when you get to the bottoms so you can sell it where the price will fail again. And that right there, that trend line is where this will probably run out of steam. So, but we're looking at buying at the right time for that intraday gain, and then we sell it. Like I said, the biggest one in here today is this FNV off of the lows right there. We covered that. Once again, welcome to the Gold Patch. Enjoy this. Go ahead and contact us, and we can talk a lot about other sectors that you may like. Bring it to me, and then we'll take a look together. Okay?